All right, let's get you updated on our grain trade. Our quotes are provided by Bar Chart. I'm Marlin Bohling, your tour guide to the ag commodities. Here we go. On the corn market, we started out about as flat as could be. Let's see if it's moving. Well, it is a little bit, and it's moving to the downside. We have December corn down 1 3/4. We're at 689 3/4. The March contract now down 2 cents. Let's move on to soybeans here. Soybeans opened up pretty strong. We have January soybeans still 18 1/4 higher at 1437 3/4. Well, that would be, let me do the math here in my head. We're about 8.5, 9 cents off of our overnight high. Now we're about, 8 or 9 cents off of that. So it's hanging right in there. It gave up a little bit of ground this morning. On the wheat market, it's been a struggle. It's been higher, it's been lower, mainly lower. In Chicago, December down 6 at 876 1/4. That would be about 9 cents off of its earlier low this morning. Now on Kansas City hard red wheat, December down 12.5 at 966 1/4. Now they're starting to sell that thing again. In Minneapolis, December is down 13 1/4. We're now at 968 per bushel. And in our cotton market today, December, well, look at that. Limit up 300 points higher at 75 cents even. Well, let's go to the phone. We have the one and only Ben Hushon of the Mill. He's based in Whitehall, Maryland with us. Time for our regular weekly chat and update on the Mid-Atlantic region there. So have the farmers been able to get much harvest progress done over the past week in your area?
Good morning, Marlin. No, they've not. They have not. And I remember back in late September, pretty excited telling you that harvest had begun, and some of it was getting started a little earlier than we thought. But now we just seem to be in a run of rain and cloudy days. Not a lot of rain, but just enough. I mean, I'm looking at puddles out the window right now, another 0.3 of an inch of rain last night, and it just doesn't want to seem to clear up and let us go.
So what are, what are farmers doing in the meantime, and how far along do you think they are now?
Well, Marlin, still about half done, and of course that varies. Was for the folks, the viewers, I sent in some videos. I caught up with Dell Brothers out in Westminster, Maryland yesterday. They got started before sunrise because they saw a small window, and by the time I got out there, it was cloudy and was sprinkling before we were done. So, that's kind of what's been happening. If they have corn, they're grabbing these little windows to run part of a day. I talked to one of our agronomists this morning. He said he knew of a couple of guys that harvested soybeans for part of a day on Saturday because, as you well know, soybeans, you cannot start running them, even on a sunny day. If you have a heavy dew, a lot of times you can't start cutting them till 10 o'clock, even maybe lunchtime sometimes. So still pretty much full season. Double crop beans have not even been touched. Full season beans, half, corn about half done.
Yeah, for those that maybe didn't grow up on a farm or they're not used to the harvest activity out there, if you're trying to harvest soybeans, and as Ben mentioned, if it's damp out there, the pods will become almost like rubber. They get real flexible, and you can't get the beans out of that thing. It takes a lot of machine power and effort to get them out of there, and then you can damage the soybeans. But if you simply wait a couple hours till the sun can dry them out along with a little wind, then they'll just fall right out. That's why farmers have to be patient when it comes to soybean harvest. Other than that, are you getting the wheat crop in good fashion here this fall?
Yes. Again, because of the value of the wheat, which we talk about every week, potential for next July, what they can sell it for. A lot of them have stopped harvest along the way and planted that wheat. And, of course, it's always the balance. Do you keep running or do you plant wheat? But, again, thinking about it, Marlin, just as you said, you have to also have good, dry soil when you're getting ready to plant wheat. So it's been a challenge, but that's what farmers do. They work with nature and work around nature and with nature. So.
That's exactly right. Well, you have to be able to improvise. That's the word of farming, improvise. You make do with what you got. All right, Ben, thanks for the update and best wishes to everybody. Hopefully the weather clears and they can make some good progress here this week. Ben Hushon of the Mill, he's in Whitehall, Maryland. We'll come back in a moment. I'll get you updated on livestock trade right after this.